And today I'm working on an Audi Q3. I've already pre-washed the wheels, so don't worry when you see what I'm going to do next. And this thing is absolutely filthy. You can see where I've got a little bit of water from starting the wheels on the car, and you can see it's just muddy and nasty. That's the color it's kind of supposed to be. That's just utter filth. Take a look at all of this on there. Great big bird poop. And the interior, I've spent some time on. Could I do more? Yes. Is that what it's in for? No. But anyway, this car's going to be in for the next couple of hours. So I thought I've got some time. I'm going to go live, have a chat with all of you guys, answer any questions that you might have about detailing. Generally, just have a chit chat. I'll show you all the different chemicals that I'm using. And in the meantime, if you don't want to actually have a chat, no problem at all. Just pop in and have a watch on what we're up to. We being me. Right, okay, so I'm just going to adjust this. The wheels again have been pre-washed. So what I'm going to do now is start with toxin from Dual Auto Care. This is a fallout remover, so it's good for getting back excuse me, baked in brake dust. These wheels have been neglected. So with all the will in the world, with all the wheel in the world, uh, this chemical is not going to do it on its own. But it's still a hell of a lot better than nothing. Steve, how you doing, Steve? Good to see you. Late start in the day for this one, because I've already had two Range Rovers in, and I just didn't have a chance to go live. Oh, and a Tesla popped in as well, which unfortunately I can't help him. He's got something on the paint which will not come off. Tried every chemical, and it's just not going to happen. So that would have been a booking for tomorrow, but unfortunately, it won't be in now. Well, not straight away anyway. Right, so I'm using an easy detail go brush to get into the arches. I want to do a relatively deep clean of this because it is desperate. We are not going for perfect, just a bit more than usual, which is why I've spent a little bit of time off camera doing it, because otherwise, as much as I love talking to all of you, it slows me down and I've only got so much time to get this done. But now I've got the time. Hopefully, you guys will pop in and come have a chat. So that is a brush from. I can't read that message. I'm afraid. This is from Dual Auto Care. It's a tire brush. Clean the tires. Very easy to do. Makes them look just a little bit better. And when you look at that, that's how you know when it turns that deep purple like that. That is really doing well at getting rid of the baked in brake dust. So thank you, Dual Auto Care. That is doing an absolutely cracking job. What I was saying about the tyres is quite simply, you can't clean a whole car and leave the tyres. They'll just look muddy, and you'll look back at the car and you go, should have done tyres. And I'll agree with you, you should have done tyres. But when you put on tyre shine afterwards, it will just look better. They won't have that kind of brownish hue, brownish hue, should I say. And it will last longer. Right, I'm going to use a big hairy ball brush. Message retracted. There's a lot of messages there that I just don't know what you're talking about, unfortunately. Right, I have no idea how busy it's going to be today. There could be the 59 of you here, could be 259 of you. I've started this at a funny time of day. But either way, got the time, so I wanted to go live. Keep you entertained. Right, big hairy ball brush, as you can see. Excellent for cleaning those wheels quickly, efficiently, call it whatever you will. And it's soft, so no risk of scratching the wheels. If someone could let me know how the sound is, because I've cleaned my AirPods. I'm wondering if that was the reason that there was a problem with the sound in the past. I'm hoping this will fix it. What is that? Nothing. Yeah, there's rust on the and the inside of the wheel that is just not going to come off. It needs the wheels off to get to those bits. I've put a couple of chemicals on there, and this is as good as we're going to get without taking the wheels off. Right, okay, still looking fresh nonetheless. Hey, how's it going, Mark? Good to see you. I wanted to go live earlier, Mark, but I've had two other cars in, and I just didn't have the opportunity. It was back to back, which was quite nice, to be honest with you. So at least I can do, hopefully, a couple of hours on this one with all of you. But how are you doing, Mark? What's going on? Haven't spoken to you in a little while. Not like we used to. Right, okay. Sup from Shelter, how you doing? That's okay. Good. It's a good time for you now. Yeah, it's a late one in the day. I've never started a live at this time on a car. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely very, very well. Happy as a pig in you know what. Right, so I've got Joel nitty gritty in here. So I'm just trying to get the camera to a good place. There we go. I think that's all right. This is good for cleaning the tires. I've already gone over the tires as well, like I've done with the wheels. So if you've only just joined, I'm not going straight in with a fallout remover. This one is dual toxin. I've already pre-washed the wheels twice, but there's rust on the inside, which this is not going to fix that. The wheels need to come off. Okay, where is the wash gun? Not MJ. Bad at DIY and trying to laminate the kitchen and it isn't going well. What's going on? I mean, I've never tried to do that, so I don't know if I'd be any good with it either, to be honest with you. And there's 135 people in here, and I just want to say 135 good afternoons or hellos, depending where you are in the world. Some of you might be going to bed, some of you might just be getting up. So, hello to every single one of you. And if you're not already a subscriber, it's completely free. Click that subscribe button for me. If you like cleaning cars, if you like the tips and tricks, if you like the ASMR aspect of it, if I've entertained you, completely free. Right, go. This is a tyre brush by Jewel. And next, I'm going to go in with an Easy Detail wheel brush. What's Mark put here? It's fiddly, yeah, but it is. And snagging together easily and going to end up the window in a second. But if there's anyone here that knows how to put lino on kitchen floors, Mark's a good friend and he could clearly do with a little bit of help here. So, drop a comment, tell him what he's doing wrong or how he can make his life easier. Right, this particular brush is good for getting into the barrels of the wheels. The other one isn't. The reason is this wheel brush kind of squashes down really quite thin. So it'll get between the caliper and the actual wheel barrel itself. So after this, for those of you that have just joined, we've got two more wheels after this one. And I'm going to go straight in with the snow foam, let it dwell, pressure wash it off, wash the car. And we're going to do quite a bit more on this. We are going to do some decontamination of the paint because it's filthy. So there's going to be there's going to be two steps with that. We're not going to go to the third one. If we were doing the third one, that would mean that we're going to do some machine polishing afterwards. But that's not what this is in for. But yeah, this is going to be a relatively deeper clean than most. You always entertain. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that I do, and I'm glad that you're here and find it entertaining. So thank you for saying so. Right. One of the things that I've talked about for quite a while now is, is becoming monetized on YouTube. I'm not there yet, but I'm very, very close. And I like getting myself a goal, and that's the next one. I need about 300 hours, 300 watch hours, and then I'm monetized. And that's just a nice goal, something to aim for. So, to every single one of you that's contributing towards that, literally right now, thank you very much. Yeah, I need 4,000 watch hours to be monetized, and I've got 3,675, something like that. Shit, that's what you're doing. Is it really? You're, is this a new customer or one you've done before? Oh, right, okay. This is a car that I've not done before for an existing customer. This is the third vehicle they've bought in. Second, I can't remember. There he is. Tony Dark's here. How are you doing? The best car wash man in Essex. Yeah. Tony, I will admit, I started the car and then a Range Rover popped in. I didn't think he was going to turn up. So I did actually, I've done some of the car, did the Range Rover, carried on with this, started the wheels, then decided to go live. So you're going to see quite a bit here. How do we book in? Hi, Laura. The best way to contact me, because you can't send direct messages on here, is either Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Just look for PFG Detailing. My handle or name, call it whatever you will, is the same across the board. So it's at PFG Detailing. And that's it. We'll have a conversation and see what you're after. So thank you. Mark, is that 300 live watch hours or 300 any watch hours? Like if someone watches this catch up, yeah. So if someone does watch the videos, of which my videos are very short, so I would need a lot of views. But the watch hours is like there is 137 of you now. So if all of you stay for a minute, I've got just over 2 watch hours. So that's what that is. So it's not me having to be here for another 300 hours because that would just be impossible. And not many people would do that. So hopefully that helps. Jamal, how are you doing, Jamal? Good to see you. Afternoon, beautiful fallen angel. I was going to call you after doing this one. How are you doing? Haven't spoken to you in a week or so. Hope you're good. Keep giving your microfibers away to people. They like them. So when they come in, "Oh, you like the microfiber? Yeah, okay. Have one. This is where they're from." So when you need some more, go to Fallen Angel and get your microfibers. Isn't that right, Fallen Angel? Okay, so you would. What did I say? What was that? You would. You would what? Sorry. Hi Joe, just did 2 cars yesterday, both Mercedes and convertibles, both identical except for the roofs. How did you find that? Is that someone that has bought 2 cars that are the same? Or did you go to a dealership? How did you get that? And what did you do to the work? Do to the work? What did you do to the cars exactly? Right, there we go. Tyres done. It is late in the day to start this, isn't it? Watch 3. Oh, right, you would. Right, okay, got it. Thank you. Yeah, so what I need is because I don't do that many long format videos, I'm doing even less now because the ones that I have been recording, I think they've changed the way that they treat them. So because they are vertical instead of horizontal videos, they don't go towards my watch hours and they've made it into a short instead of a video, which has really slowed me down. So thanks, YouTube, for that one. So the only way that I'm going to get those hours now is just by going live. And any of you that know me, you know that I like going live. Not sure I have the camera. So there we go. That rich, deep purple that's in there, that means that the fallout remover is doing the best job it can to remove the baked in brake dust on these wheels. Right, what did Fallen Angel say? Love that. We love you. We love you, Fallen Angel. This is a Fallen Angel. Who knows what they're called? Big hairy ball brush. No, you can't buy one yet because they've sold out, and they sell out every time they get them back in stock within about 2 weeks. So they're fun to say, and they actually work. In fact, they'll be back in stock soon, won't they? You got another car tomorrow, an S class. That's a beast of a car. It's massive. What are you doing to the S class? And you got a convertible cleans by a customer that I cleaned a Fiat van for. All right, that's cool. How comes they've got two of the same car? Susanna, hello, welcome. I heard you're going for Bonnie Blues. What they're called. I don't want to beat any of her records. She can have them. Can you hear me and the pressure washer? Can you hear the pressure washer at all? I'm just curious because I might actually go out and buy new ones of these if these are no good for the sound. Right. How many times have I split it? Just me? Okay. I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing for you. Right, these wheels have come up nicer than I thought they would, to be honest with you, considering all the rust in there. But if Tony's still here, Tony, the rust in here will not come off. I've tried. I mean, it comes off a little bit, but you need to have these wheels off to get to that bit. I've used chemicals that I don't normally talk about or encourage, that being active, but that is not coming off unless you put a proper brush on there. Chicago has returned. Hello, Chicago. What time is it in Chicago? What's the time here? 3 o'clock. So I'm going to guess about 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning. Does that sound about right in Chicago? Something like that. America's a big place. Right, one more wheel left. This one that I'm walking into, if that wasn't already obvious. Then I'm going to get cracking on the bodywork, and it really needs it. So I've concocted my own snow foam. Had some pH neutral snow foam hanging around, and I put a couple of shots of an alkaline APC in there. And do you know what? If any of you actually run out of alkaline snow foam, but you've got, let's say, shampoo, just use shampoo, put a couple of shots of something alkaline in there, and trust me, it works. I like testing these things. It's a 914. Sorry, what's a 914? What's Oh, it's 914. Sorry, there we go. All right, I was 45 minutes out. That's not too bad. Well, good morning. This is Foma, which Fallen Angel will have in stock hopefully any day now. Works really well, as you can see. And it's got an all-purpose cleaner in there called Dual Nitty Gritty, and this is Dual Toxin. It's a fallout remover, so it removes baked-in brake dust. And I've done probably a half a bottle on this car. There we go. Right. Oh, wait, that's night. At 9:14 at night in Chicago. Really? How long does it take for you to do a wheel? It takes you forever. Yeah, it can take me a long time. The Rolls Royce that I did a few weeks ago, that was one of the worst ones because there was, I don't know, it looked like 50 different spokes on there, and each of them obviously has to be cleaned individually. Not only that, but the wheel in diameter was absolutely massive. But some of the cars that I've spent most of the time under the wheels with is actually cleaning the mud out of the arches, not the actual wheel itself. So yeah, it can take quite a long time. Has it held up with the chemical resistance? It has. And if it's starting to slow down now, and that is a very big if, then that will be the first time in the whole time that I've had it. So basically, it's doing exceptionally well compared to the other ones that I've paid a lot more money for. So if someone offered me the best IK foamer or the best Marilex foamer, I'd pick that one because it doesn't clog. And the Marilex clogs every single time I use it. And I just got sick of take out the filter, clean the filter, put it back in, do one car, and then it clogs again. Like, really? This is all the stuff that, they look good when someone's reviewing it, but what's it like to actually live with? Been out of the game 6 years. Have they made a run coating that actually repels brake dust and road doodahs? There are coatings that are very good, but is there one that's completely impervious to the dirt? No, no, there isn't. And I think people are now putting like wraps on wheels, which that will protect the wheel, but that wrap will not last 5 minutes. I don't think so, anyway. For the sheer fact the brake dust comes off hot, hence why it sticks into the clear coat of the wheel. So no, I'd say that there's nothing that's absolutely rock solid. And even if you do get a really good ceramic coating, they don't last forever. They don't claim to last forever, I might add, but it'd be nice if they did. I think if you could PPF the wheel, that would be a nice way of going about it. That would be expensive, and it's still not going to be perfect. Great review, thank you. No problem at all. They definitely work. They being the pump sprayer. For any of you looking for one of these, it's from Fallen Angel. Out of stock at the minute, but in stock any day now. But yeah, the Marilex, you will not see me using that anymore. You haven't seen me use it since I've got that one. And I used to think that the Marilex was good, but really not fast. And the IK, I gave it away to someone. Right, okay. That wheel is done. We'll stand back so I don't spray myself with water like I've done 1,000 times already today. I'm not going to worry about getting all of the suds off the car because I'm about to put a snow foam in there, on there, call it whatever you want. Okay, and put you back. I'm going to move all of these things to the side, get the snow foam lance on the car, and get cracking. Cool. It's already quite late in the day, isn't it? Right, so you can see this car is dirty, really quite dirty. Look at the state of it. Right, okay. Is this your car or a customer car? That one's my car. This is a customer's car. My car gets next to no love these days because I'm lazy. No, that's not true. I'm not lazy at all. Right, okay. You like Aquapel? Never heard of Aquapel? Uh, no idea what it is, unfortunately. What is Aquapel? Uh, is there anyone in here that has heard of Aquapel? Aquapel? No, no idea. Sorry about that. Right, so this is a snow foam lance by Equip to Clean, and that is a concoction that you can't buy because I made it up myself. Right, okay. Time to get some snow foam on this car. This car hasn't been washed in quite a while, the owner said. So let's see what it comes up like. I'm hoping that this snow foam does the trick. Bearing in mind, I made it myself. And when I say made it, I've got a few different chemicals, chucked it in there, and I've done it a load of times before. I know it's going to work. Oh, doesn't it look good in white? Uh, uh, so let's see how well it does right now. Right, I think of a windshield coating. Right, got it. Okay, I mean that kind of was self-explanatory, but now it's easier to know. No, I've never used that one. I've still never heard of it. I've tested a load of different coatings for the windscreen. I can tell you what ones to steer clear from. Well, a few of them anyway. But the one that I like and for me is the best is G-Technic G1. That is the best windscreen coating I've ever used, bar none. The other ones, they they don't work for a number of different reasons. And I see a lot of YouTubers and people with big accounts pushing some of these products. And I look and think, nah, they're tricking people, and I don't like that. So G-Technic G1, it's absolutely brilliant. It's not the easiest one to apply, but performance-wise, it works really well. Right, okay. Go online and purchase one. If they want to send me one, I will, because I know what one I really like, and because I've tested so many, these days it's going to take a lot to get me to switch. And the only way, I get this in my head a little bit. If I fancy testing something, if enough people have asked for it, then I'll use my money to get it. But otherwise, people send me stuff because on here I've only got about 3,000 subscribers. On Facebook, I've got 26,000. Got another 5,000 on Instagram and 21,000 on TikTok. So I get offers all the time. So when someone wants me to test something, I'm more than happy to send it to me. And then if there's any left, I normally give the rest of it away to someone. They put it on airplanes. Or you'd like to think it was good then. Oh, there we go. What I've done there. Just Google G1 Aquapel will top it. Yeah, it's a mighty big statement that you've just made there. Mighty big. But hey, if it does, then I'll absolutely recommend it to everyone. In what way will it beat G-Technic G1? The jacket doesn't look as warm as the black and white one you have. Right. Okay. There's a couple of things. This is warm because it's heated. I've just not got the power bank in there. Genuinely, you put the power bank in here and it's a heated sweatshirt. The only reason the power bank isn't in it at the minute is because it ran out this morning. I've been working since 8:30 this morning. But if you want me to wear that jacket and make it dirty, Fallen Angel, I will do it. I do nothing with it, Aquapel, but I'll send you. Oh no, no, no! Don't send me one. No, don't send me one. If Aquapel want me to test it, then yeah, I'll be more than happy to. I'll coat as many screens as possible. How much is it? Out of curiosity, how much is it for how many meals? Yeah, Fallen Angel. Do you want me to wear that jacket? Do it. Yeah, I'm going to end up ruining the jacket in one afternoon, and you know it. Right. Okay. I'm going to pressure wash this car and carry on detailing it. Right. Okay. Hopefully, the concoction that I've made, as in the snow foam, will take off a lot of the dirt. If it doesn't, then that's my fault. Do not judge the snow foam that I've used, although I have done this quite a few times and never had a problem with it. Every now and then, I'll mix my own snow foam. Drop a comment if you've done that before. I know you have. I know you've done it. But if anyone's got any questions about detailing, any questions about product, or products that I've never used that we're already talking about, there's people in here talking about Aquapel that I've never heard of before. So yeah, let us know what kind of things do you like to use? What would you like to see me test? What do you want to see me break? Maybe I'll do some of that. Maybe I'll go and buy a panel and absolutely press it to show you what you can do, let's say, when you're machine polishing and what you can't get away with. Yeah, I think I like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go and buy a panel. Thanks for coming up with that idea, everyone. Oh, look, you can't see me. Yeah, I like that idea. Take your wipers off. You don't need them. Oh, sheet of ice. Go with the scrape it once. The whole thing comes flying off. Is that with the Aquapel? I'm taking it. I've used Aquapel a couple of times. It's really good at first, but then faded after 4 to 6 months. Ah, see, that's the problem. I bet you still look the best. Uh, it's only good for 4 to 6 months. Ah, right. Well, we have rubbish winters here in England, as in they pretty much last 12 months of the year. So a 4 to 6 month coating, that's going to be a hard sell. The G-Technic G1 will last longer than that. So it doesn't mean it's not interesting. It just means it's up against, for me, one of the heavyweights. Right, I know that you might be writing messages and I can't see them right now, but I will come back. I will answer as many of them as possible. So after this, I'm going to wash the car by hand. You might have noticed that I have not touched the paintwork yet. Then after that, I am going to do some decontamination of the paintwork and try and look at something on the window on the rear because there's something on there that doesn't look right. And I don't know how concerned we really need to be right now. So we will find out in a second. Right, okay, no messages. I didn't miss a single message. Going easy on me today. It's 79 people. Quiet afternoon, but that's okay. I'm more than grateful for all of you that are here. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love if you would hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't given me a like, double tap the screen, please. Right, there is something on this rear window which the owner has pointed out. Right, if you have a look at, can you see this? Can you see there's a line in the middle now? Look. Right, so the concoction that I made is working really well. Unsurprisingly, I've done it over and over again. Yeah, we're getting some colour back into this now. The colour was absolutely gone. Tony, Grace, did you know that that bit down there was grey and that bit was black? Because it looked like it was all black. Favourite colour to detail and least favourite. Oh, in fact, let me go back to the one before. £30 for 10 units. How big is a unit? So 2.99 a windshield, 4 to 6 months. How big is a unit? Right, what was that question there? Favourite colour to detail and least favourite colour. One of the worst ones to machine polish was flat black Fiat 500. Absolutely hated it because the paint was just so soft. The paint was really soft. So what that means is you think you're getting the paint to where you want it to be, and it was just really easy to scratch. I'm talking about you could scratch it with a microfiber. So that one was a pain. Sometimes the best color is white, not for machine polishing. That's an absolute nightmare. But when you have a white car, you can see all the contaminants. And I like when you use the fallout remover on a white car because it just turns purple. Red's been a good color. You know what? There's, like I could say the best color to use a fallout remover on is white. One of the worst colors to machine polish is white. So basically, one color can be both my friend and my enemy. Right, I know that I've missed you more questions there. Forgive me, people. I'll be back any second. Right. Jay, there are a lot of people on YouTube that have been going longer than you that have less people watching them live, so don't worry. Oh, really? I don't spend. I've never watched someone live on here. I is it a big thing? Put the camera near Jay, please. You want to see it? Which bit do you want to see, Tony? And I'll put it back. Metallic black for end results. Yeah, that's for sure. White and silver for you. Silver is one of those ones that after you've cleaned it, or sorry, when it gets dirty, it doesn't it doesn't get dirty as thick as other colours. They just seem to always look relatively clean. I like silver cars for that. But having said that, I don't think I get many silver cars in. I mean, for you guys that have known me for quite a while now, what was the last silver car that came in? Um, I've had grey, but what about silver? Right, we are nearly done here. So time to wash the car any second by hand. Yeah, Tony, there's quite a bit of grey on this car. I wonder if you know about it. The bit that you said on the bottom at the back. Right, okay. So can you can you see that now that that's grey and black? Hopefully you can see that. Uh, Even down to the arches and the bit on the bottom is grey. I don't know if that's picking it up. Aquapel comes as a one-off applicator, right? You crack off two tabs and it breaks a vial that lets the product into the fibers. Sounds quite a nice way of doing it. So each one, right? Okay. What's the application like on that one? Conversion £2 per unit per windshield, which is it cheap or is that about right? That might be about right. I'm thinking the G-Technic G1 is about £12, but you get 15 mils. Out of 15 mils, you'll get one car, but only put it on the windscreen, which means you'll get several cars out of it. Right, okay. Just want to get a little bit of this on the car again because why not? I've got a little bit left, so I might as well use it. So I know you can't see everything that I'm doing right now, but I'm coming straight back. Right, there we go. All done. Now it's time to actually manually wash the car. Hey Sabrina, how you doing, Sabrina? You can see the grey. All right, cool. It's not just me going mad then. Okay, bear with me a second. I'm just gonna get some bubbles for the microfiber. It's not the microfiber, you know what I mean, into the water. There we go. I'm talking rubbish at the moment. Where's the microfiber gone? Right, I won't be able to see the screen for a second. Just while I do the roof, windows. But I will be back. A tip that I like to give all of you is lift up the windscreen wipers and put the microfiber. Oh, this is slippery today. Put the microfiber underneath them just to clean them. A nice little trick for the people that think that they are in need of new wipers. You're probably not. You just need to clean the ones that you've got. Right, okay. Let's do this roof. Bring you in here. Over here. You've done the inside. Yeah, let me show you, Tony. I've done a lot on the inside. Obviously, I've not gone for perfect, but yeah, I've done quite a bit on the inside. So yeah, it's looking better. I've done a few kind of spot removals because there was a few little bits of chocolate in the seat, wasn't there, Grace? Are you watching this, Grace? We found your chocolate. Why do I keep saying we? There it is. There's the culprit. I have to put that in the bin, otherwise I'm sure I'll get rats. So yeah, we've done quite a bit in there. I. Right. And you're not going mad regarding the grey, but it doesn't mean you're not going mad. No, thank you for that. Do you want Aquapel sound the same? Almost Aquapel to reduces UV rays in coming through the. How does that work? I mean, that's great, but how does that work? You're both there. All right, cool. Yeah, that piece of chocolate was not too hard to find, and I'm quite hungry, and I've got to admit, it was a little bit tempting to eat it. I am joking, but now I do want chocolate. Right. So, Grace, the wheels, as I expected, they are not going to come up perfect, but they are much cleaner. So the hubs that we were talking about earlier with rust, the rust hasn't come off. But again, that's what we expected to happen. But they are looking much cleaner. Hopefully, you can see that there. They're looking a bit more grey again. We've got to be careful with this. Okay. How is paint quality on Audi's hard clear coat? Yeah, it is a hard clear coat. That's for sure. I've never had any problem with Audi paints. And yeah, I think with paint like this, you can use a microfiber cutting pad and some of the heavier compounds. And because it's a hard paint, even with a relatively aggressive pad and compound, you might not even get the swirls, and it finishes really nice. Harder, I like working on harder paints. They just take longer to correct. Mike, how you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Been a while. Mostly my fault for not being live anywhere near as much as I used to. How's the lovely lady? Refracts the rays. I'd love to see the technology on that because the ceramic coatings do it. But I'd love to see the technology on it. Next time you go shopping, buy some snacks and chocolate, seeing as you have a fridge there. I do. I need to clean the fridge. I need to clean the fridge. I did it already, and I don't know how, but it's become mouldy. So I have switched it off. I've switched it off, and I will clean it. Get some food in the fridge. But I was with a client just now, and he said, "You need a seating area. You need to do teas, coffees, like get a bite to eat." I was like, "I'm not running a coffee shop." But he is right. I am going to do something. I want to change something over there, make it comfortable. I want to get everything in here finally painted because it looks like a well, it doesn't look pretty, does it, in here? So I am going to spend some time on making it look nicer. And what I'm finding is that there's people that like to come in and just have a chat for a while I'm cleaning the car, which is kind of nice. But it does mean I don't go live, obviously, at those points. And right, and these people want somewhere more comfy to sit. Right, just had a notification that MJ's live, but I'll stay here. Oh, right. If you want to support MJ, go for it. If I was not working, I would go and support him as well. I'm more than happy for you to support him. He is a great guy. Obviously, I like having you here for a number of different reasons, but I like that he gets some support as well. Can't say fairer than that, can I? Right, I need to. I'm going to clean this bonnet and get fresh microfiber. And hopefully, that great big bird poo that was on there will now be gone. Right, so when you drop one of these on the floor, like I just did, you. Oh, what is that? I have a. What? What in the world is that? I have a car channel too. Glad I found you. Midwest F-150. Hello, Midwest F-150. I've never seen a message like that come up. So thank you. I'm not sure what it is, and I hope everyone can see. Can everyone see Midwest F-150? If I knew, can I like that? I've liked it. Right. Tell us more about your channel. I want to know more about it. What do you do on there? What kind of cars? Where are you from? I'm going to guess America, saying Midwest. Uh, F-150. Uh, I've never seen that before. What's that? Stevo UK wave pattern. I don't know what that is. It's okay. I'll watch you on the TV and keep an eye on the comments, and I'll watch him on my phone. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, they're not making you work today. Everyone's behaving, which is wonderful. So thank you for everyone. Thank you everyone for that. They can donate to make their message more visible to you. But Alexander, it's a super chat. Oh, I've heard of those, never seen them. I just want to say thank you very much. You've taught me something today, and you've given me some of your hard-earned money. That is a huge compliment. So thank you. But I want to know more about your channel. I want to tell other people about it. And where can they contact you if you want to be contacted? That is, I want to know more about what you're doing on there. Right. That's why when it goes to the bottom of the car, we turn it around. Where am I from? I'm from Romford in Essex. And let's see. Right there's a comment at the bottom. I have to admit, I have absolutely no idea what it says. Hopefully, it's something nice. Thank you for commenting. Right. Okay. So that's gone to the bottom of the car. Don't use that one again. Going to run out of microfibers today, I think. Might have to pressure wash some of these off. What? That is is that what I think it is? Bro, I'm from Minnesota in the USA. I'm trying to get my truck to 500,000 miles. And I chat about random car stuff. I want to polish the truck at some point. Right. Okay. Cool. So, what kind of things do you put on the? What truck is it? Is it an F-150 truck? And how comes you're going for so many miles? And how often do you upload videos? Is the name of the channel Midwest F-150? Like, how can people watch you on there? I want them to know that too. What part of that says that are you from? The what state? You wash my car too? Yeah, bring it down, no problem. Run out of microfibers. Is this the hint? Sorry, no, 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 no. I see where you're going with that. No, definitely not a hint. What I mean is, because I've done so many cars this morning, I've used a whole bunch of these. And no, sorry, that was not a hint. I'm not your other mate. You've sent more than enough. Please don't send me anything. In fact, if you do send me something, I'm going to do a giveaway, which obviously will get your name out there. But no, please don't send me anything. That was not a hint. Genuinely not a hint. So, if all of you haven't already seen, I get a lot of my microfibers, except maybe one or two old ones from Fallen Angel. So if you're in the UK and you're looking for microfibers, Fallen Angel is your guy. What's sad? I don't know what that says, Ski High. Sorry about that. Yes, sir. It's my first car purchase ever. Wow. Okay. You're going for 500,000 miles. That's a lot. Come and pick me up in England. I don't want to take attention away from your stream. Honestly, over the past year, when there is other detailers or other people that are in the car trade or people like yourself, I am more than happy to promote them to the point where, and there might even be other detailers in here that will attest to this, I will promote other detailers. So please don't worry about taking the limelight. You absolutely deserve it. And I, for one, am interested in what you're doing with that car. I've been making videos just to decompress from stressful work life. It's been fun. Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed, but I've been there. I've been there. You're from Korea. I'm going to guess south. Hello, all the way to Korea. Midwest truck made of aluminium foil. You buy the Boundary Waters. I don't even know what that is. There is a language there. It looks like it might be Russian. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely can't understand it. Ooh, actually, not that dirty in there. Right. Okay. Are the Boundary Waters worth the trip? Are we talking US stuff right now? Because I have no idea what this is. Right. Now that this microfiber is at the bottom of the car, I'm going to keep it there because this is the dirtiest part of the vehicle. And it's actually not that bad under there. So now I'm going to turn it around and finish off this car. What I'm going to do is pressure wash it off and then do some decontamination of the paintwork. So if any of you have never seen that before, what it will do is it will remove baked in brake dust, which is from the brakes. It gets really hot, fixing the clear coat. Obviously, that's not great. And all you do is you put the chemical on there, leave it for about 5 minutes, and pressure wash it off. If you ever come to Minnesota, it's cold. I don't mind the cold. Look at my red nose from the cold. Boundary Waters is North Minnesota, where you can truly enjoy nature. I already like it. Are you on TikTok, Midwest F-150, and are you on Instagram? Send me a direct message. Let's have a chat. Right. Now, because there's so many little kind of vents and pockets on here on the front of the car, I'm going to use the Big Hairy Ball Brush from Fallen Angel. They don't just do microfibers, they do quite a few useful tools. Um, don't accidentally float into Canada. How do you accidentally float into Canada? Accidentally float into Canada. Right. So this is the Big Hairy Ball Brush from Fallen Angel. And if you imagine all of these little gaps down here, a microfiber's not going to go in there, but something like this will. So if you're not in the UK, you won't be able to get one from Fallen Angel. But if you are, this will make your life a lot easier, believe me. And it's much more thorough as well. Not a car expert. Just do maintenance and try to crowdsource advice from folks about what you can do to get the next 500,000 miles. Currently at 65,000. Will be another 30 years before you get to 500. I think it will be. I think it will. But I've got to say, that's a fun thing to do. But you might have to hurry up because who knows what's going to happen with them taking away our petrol cars. Ooh, I hope they don't. I mean, bearing in mind, I do have an electric car. I've also got petrol one, but at some point they're going to tax us out of petrol cars, aren't they? Let's face it. Or at least they are in England or the UK. That ball brush is something I need to. Ray GT6. We've spoken before, haven't we? Ray GT6. These are good. I have actually genuinely got two of them. What's better than one big hairy ball brush? Two of them. I've got a pair of big hairy ball brushes. One for interior, one for exterior. And the thing is, they're really soft, so they won't scratch, which is one of the reasons why I absolutely love them. I know, don't worry about taking away petroleum engines. Yeah, they will at some point. They just will. And when you look at least in America, you've got Trump running the country, and who's his right hand man? Mr. Tesla. You can bet your bottom dollar they're going to be pushing the Tesla brand at some point. Right, okay, so this is now clean. You need them. They are good. Brushes in the country in the 12th. Right, so for everyone looking for that big hairy ball brush, it's from Fallen Angel Microfibers. Now, I don't know if you can actually write your website details on there, but give it a go and see what happens. And if Mark is in here, if you get the website on there, hopefully Mark will pin the comment for you. Right. So all I'm going to do now is pressure wash the studs off the car. I'm going to leave the car wet, and then I'm going to put the fallout remover on the car. And that's where we go from cleaning, a deep clean, relatively deep clean even, into more so what detailing is, the bits that I really enjoy. Now, if I was doing an even deeper clean, I'd get into all the door shuts. Oh, sorry, I don't think you could see me. So I'd open up the doors and do all the door shuts, but it's not, don't think, Tony, are you too fussed about that right now? I think I'd rather do some more work on the paintwork. But what I can do is just a quick There we go. That was just a quick one. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. You can see me. I can't see the comments right now, so bear with me, just in case I've missed something. No, I haven't missed anything. In the Netherlands, they don't sell them. You mean the Salusa? That was taken out of context. That was definitely taken out of context. Does that mean you guys don't like him there? Do you do car maintenance on Audis? My sister has an A8L. That is a massive car. I think humanity knows more about the universe than electrics on that thing. Really. No, I don't do any kind of maintenance work. Maintenance what? But that's not really what you're talking about right now. Tony, we didn't get to the bottom of this. Tony and Grace, we didn't get to the bottom of the fact that the car has part grey. Did you both know that it was grey or not? Because I have had a client before with a smart car, and he didn't know that it was part grey, part black. So I'm not just being cheeky. It's happened before where someone didn't know what colour their car was. Bearing in mind, this guy bought his car from an auction, and about a year later, when he finally bought me the car, it still had the numbers written on the windscreen. More paintwork? Yeah, I thought so. That's what I would spend some more time on. Is it leaking out of the right side of the engine yet? Not my car, don't know, but the owner is in here. All right, brother. Let's stay in touch. I'm going to get ready for the day and open up an oil filter for the channel. Well, I'd like to see that actually. I've never seen what's in one of those before. Thank you very much, Midwest F150. And look, if you look for me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, my messages are open. Happy to have a chat any single time you like, as long as I'm awake. Good place to buy G1. Assuming you're in the UK, Taiwan, good place to buy it. Clean My Car or direct from G Technic, or if you go to, oh, let me think, what's the website called? Into Detailing. So in the number two, detailing, you're in the US. I'm afraid I have no idea. Why don't you look at the Chicago, the Chicago Auto Pros? They they have a website and I can't remember what it's called. But if you look for Chicago Auto Pros, I'd buy from them, assuming they do G Technic. And they're a trustworthy brand. I like those guys. I get a lot of Americans on here. I've got lots of time for you guys. But yeah, that's why sometimes I need to know which country you guys are in before I recommend a product. What time should you come down? If we say 5 o'clock, then that will give me enough time to tinker with the car. Is that all right, Tony? 5 o'clock. All I've had to eat is cereal, and three sausages that I bought with. Right, okay. This car is looking so much better already, and this is just going to take it to the next level. Never heard of those blokes. Really, Chicago Auto Pros. They've got a channel on here with I think a whole bunch of subscribers as well. I really like those guys. Some of their videos lately are absolute rubbish, I will say, but some of them that have a guy called Jason, he either is or was the owner of the business. Really, really great tests. I've learnt a lot from those guys just because they've done the tests. Right, so the product that I just tasted, that I'm and tasted again. Oh, this is built Hamburg Corosol. This is a what does it say here? Ferrous metal fallout remover. I need a drink because I've just got a mouthful of that. Excellent. That was really tasty. So What will happen is when your brake dust sticks into the paint, like it does on your wheels, you get tiny little rust spots. All you do is you put this on there, leave it, it will turn purple if it's reacting with something, and you pressure wash it off. You run Chicago. You run Chicago. Never heard of those guys. Right, Grace, I'm putting this on the window just in case it is that brake dust that's on there. You run Chicago. Right, okay. Then you need to know Chicago Auto Pros. They're really good guys. They do something. They've got the bays where you can go and use their facilities and all of their equipment. So that looks really interesting. And funny enough, I thought of that idea, no word of a lie, about 20 years ago, because I've always enjoyed teaching people and I enjoy helping people and I enjoy this work. Ah, I've never eaten so much of this chemical before. It's not good. Don't do it. So yeah, I wanted to run something like that, but they've done it. They've got more money than I have to do it. Right, so you leave that on there for about 5 minutes, and that's it. I'll be the judge of them. Please do, and hopefully you won't be disappointed. I'd buy from them if I was over there. What's the weather your side? Not freezing, I hope. I can show you. It's 6 degrees and 99% humidity. So I'm not surprised because we're indoor and I'm spraying a lot of water. Plus, it's terrible weather here, but I'm relatively warm, which is why I'm still, arms out. I'm not cold. God, that stuff stinks. Right, okay. So we'll leave that on there just for a few minutes. When that's done, I might do some tar and glue remover, and then the paint should be looking much, much better. Much, much better. So if any of you have got the tiny little, what would you call it? Brown sticky dots in the car. You won't see them on this car because it's dark. If you've got like a red, silver, white car, you'll see these tiny little brown dots. That's something sticky that you want to remove, and you need a tar and glue remover, and it will take it off. It's really easy to do, and it just helps enhance the paint and clean the paint thoroughly. 24 likes. Can I have some more likes? All you have to do is double tap the screen and I get a like. The most I've ever had is close to 80, and I've never got close to beating it again. Right, okay. So it's very difficult for me to show you if there's any of the fallout remover actually working on here because it's a dark car, hence what we were talking about earlier. If I've got a white car, it's very easy for me to show you. There's no purple even in the floor as well. So I can't show you, but if you've got a white car, you'll see this very easily. Six is all right, not doing a wash here. Rubbers might freeze up. I was looking forward to a proper wash. Whereabouts are you, Ray? GT6? Right, so all I'm going to do now is pressure wash it off. I don't need to do anything else. You don't need to agitate it. And this is all you need to do to start the decontamination process. So if any of you have, let's say, ceramic coatings on the car, then you want to put this on there because it will help the ceramic coating just breathe and do what it needs to do. And you don't need to do this every wash. In fact, I'm telling you, don't do it every wash. Do it about once every 3 to maybe even 6 months if you don't drive the car that often. And then all you want to do is just run your hand over the paintwork and you'll feel it starts to get smoother. The smoother it is, the better. That means that there's no contaminants in there. You won't get it absolutely perfect unless you do a clay bar, but we are not going to clay this car because we are not machine polishing it. I'm still watching Jay, just letting you know. All right, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. How's MJ getting on? East of Netherlands near Germany. Never been to either of those places. What's the weather like where you are? I'm guessing similar to here. So yeah, the reason I'm not using the clay bar, that's what I was talking about, is because we're not going to do machine polishing. Now, a clay bar is quite literally a piece of clay, man-made, and what you do is you flatten it out, make sure the car's soaking wet for the one that I use, which is it's right here. It's called Built Hamber regular clay, the one that I've got here. And you quite literally just run it gently across the surface, and it will remove the last of the contaminants. The problem with that is you do need to machine polish. If you want the best results, you do need to machine polish after having done it because it will leave very, very light scratches behind. Nothing you need to worry about, very, very easily fixed. It's part of the process. I mean, you don't have to do it, but you will be putting in light scratches into the paint. So just be aware of that. You can do it without machine polishing, but I recommend that you do machine polish for the best results. Do you have much experience with Maguire's, like or dislike? I've got a back to black behind there that's really quite good. I know through watching a lot of other people use them that some of their stuff is really good, like the hybrid ceramic wax in the blue bottle, albeit expensive. Chemical resistance wise, fantastic. The pad, really good. What I will say is some of their products are ridiculously expensive for how much you get, and you can get better out there in terms of cost and performance. But it's not a brand that I would tell someone not to use. There are brands out there where I would say, don't even bother. But Maguire's isn't one of them. I think they're a good brand. I trust them, which means a lot. So yeah, I like the Maguire's brand. Just don't use a lot of it. I use the bar and sometimes a clay cloth, but not as good as. Yeah, the clay cloths I'm not a big fan of. I've tried clay cloths, clay mitts, the synthetic kind of like a pad almost. Really weird. Within seconds, that just tore my paintwork to pieces. Like it was worse than a clay bar ever was. And I was not happy about that at all. Right, so great. The window at the back does need some more work. So we'll go to the next stage and see what we can do with that. For anyone wondering who Grace is the driver of the car. Pink compound. What's the pink compound? Maguire's does have a higher price point from compared to some. Yeah, they do. I think that's probably because it's an American brand, and of course, by the time they ship it and everyone puts on their little bit for tax to all these lovely governments, then it's not surprising that by the time it gets on the shelves and they want to put their little bit on, all of a sudden it's expensive. That I don't think is going to come off because I can't feel anything in it. Right, so let me just do a quick test. Right, okay, that absolutely needs to be decontaminated some more. Leather cleaner and conditioner, is that with the, as in, that are good? They do have a professional lineup. I think they do more for your money with them, but that maybe it's a US thing. I don't know if they're a professional lineup, so maybe it is an American thing. When I ran, used to use Maguire's guys, they would be in and out. Yeah, they are good. They are good. That, like I say, there's brands out there that I would say don't even touch it. And you know what? Not many people ever talk to me about that particular brand. You thought they were bought out by 3M? Ooh, maybe. Don't know. What do you guys think of 3M? Because I think a lot of you chaps over there like the 3M brand, whereas I've never used it. Right, so to remove tar, which is definitely on this car, I can feel it through the gloves. This is Blackjack. It's a fallout remover. It's a tar and glue remover from Joule. Come on, I was only using this a couple of hours ago. And for whatever reason, this product from every single brand always stops working. The trigger just stops working. So this is stage two of decontaminating the paint to make it look even better. There are many brands out there. Yes, Poor Boys use them. Chemicals, I don't touch them. Manello, never heard of them. There's hell of a lot of trial and error. No, there is. I use quite a bit of Car Pro, Built Hamber. Uh, what's the other Korean brand? I think it's Korean. I use G Technic. Oh, Geon, that's the one. Geon, I've got a lot of time for. Joule, I've got a lot of time for. Microfibers, Fallen Angel, simple as that. I use repairs, they're a piece of trash. Customer service is awful. I guarantee that their machines will break after not a lot of use. In fact, I can prove it. Where did I put that machine? I've already put it in the car. So I've got one of their small battery operated 3-inch machines. It's broken 3 times since owning it. Not happy. They won't exchange it. Finally, a good live. YBD. Thank you very much. How are you doing, YBD? Where are you from, YBD? My experience with 3M. This is how cold it is. I'm not smoking. Oh my God, is it really that cold? 3M did buy them. The guys who work at Maguire's would run hands-on classes. That's good of them. So then, of course, you buy their stuff afterwards. Each of our 9 stores. 9 stores. That's a big place you were running. About how to use their products. That's good that they do stuff like that. I mean, if they're keeping in contact with you, you know that they know you're going to buy their stuff. Gion, yeah, that's epic stuff. Pricey. It is pricey, but do you know what? I've got to say, it's very rare that they make something that I don't like. They have made stuff that I don't like, and I've spoken to them about it. When I say spoken to them, no more than you could talk to them, or it's just what I've got access to on their social media. And sometimes they can help you. Sometimes the product is crap. I won't mention what the product is because no one's ever asked me about it before. But 9 times out of 10, if not higher, their products are really good. I like their ceramic coatings, especially. I use quite a few of their ceramic coatings. So what you can't see on here now is all I've got is a microfiber, which is purely used for this job. So I've sprayed some of the tar and glue remover on there. I'm gently rubbing this over the paint as if I was removing a wax. I'm not putting any pressure on there because it's needless. The chemical's done the work, and that will remove the tar spots that are on there. Right, so after this, if the paint's not completely smooth, you do need to move to the third stage. This isn't completely smooth, but it's a hell of a lot better, and that's good enough for what we're looking to do today. The one guy would always say, "Why are you scared to wet sand?" Yeah, a lot of people don't like that. A guy would say, "Because if you burnt through the paint." Why are you scared? It's not your car. No, but then you've got to fix it or get it painted, and that's not a good thing. I've burnt through paint once, and as luck would have it, the owner of the dealership or the director, he did say, "You can burn through the paint." Like, if you're telling me I can burn through it, then I will. The reason is there was a scratch. It was on the front of a Defender, I think it was, on this part of it. And he said, if you can get that scratch out, we haven't got to pay someone to paint it. That you're not going to get that scratch out. It's down to the plastic or the metal or whatever it was. And he said, I have his blessing to try. Lo and behold, exactly what I thought. I burnt straight through the paint. But I didn't get in trouble for it because he told me it was fine. But everyone needs to burn through the paint just once because it will teach you a lot. That's for sure. It will teach you how far you can and can't go all at the same time when machine polishing paint. Ray, the favorite high quality, high value polisher. Do you know what? For polishers, my what I call Chinese knockoffs, they work really well. And they're about 100 quid. It needs to get more from Colton's. I don't know Colton's. Colt Smith. You're Colton. How you doing, Colton? No, your boss does, and pointed at me. Huh? We'll come down early as stayed and like. Okay, no worries. Tony, come down whenever you like. To be honest with you, I am very close to being done. So if you want to come down now, it's perfectly fine. Because after this, I am going to be drying the car. I'm not going to be going to the third stage of decontaminating it because we're not machine polishing it. So if any of you haven't already worked out, Tony does own this car. Have you ever heard of sprayless paint scratch repair? No, I haven't. Tell me more about it, El Kelly, please. I like learning. Right, time to pressure wash the chemical off of this car. Then I'm gonna dry it and keep on tinkering with it until Tony gets here. Right, thoughts on driving fast just after a car has been detailed. El Kelly, cars drive faster and smoother after they've been cleaned. I don't know why, but it's the truth. They just do. Does anyone else agree with me? After you've had your car cleaned, they drive nicer. And funny enough, it's the second time that I've had that conversation today. It's true. Use a dual action machine. Yep, me too. And I've put it away. I had to do something on one of the Range Rovers earlier, but I've got a Rupes one and it will break. Too little experience with the rotary. I don't think you need a rotary. How would you recommend getting rot chips off the front? Do you know, because I'm breathing like this, I can't see the screen. Off the front of the car, do I really have to pay hundreds to get it painted over? No, you don't, Justin. Justin, I don't know what country you're in, but get some like the touching paint. Get yourself some very fine, kind of like cotton bud type things. And if you're very, very careful, you can do it on your own. Just touch it in delicately, and that will hide it, hopefully enough that if you then decide you do want to go and get it painted, you can. But in most instances, you don't have to do that. That is very, very basic information, I will add. Ultimately, what you want to do is almost you want to sand it down, then put it in there, sand it down again, and machine polish it out. But yeah, you don't have to. Keep the live going. I will, but there's other things that I just want to get off of here and do, Tony, like machine polish the rear window. I've put the damn machine polisher away. I'll have to get it out. So after this, I will dry the car, but because the car's wet, you can't see me again. Because the car's wet, I'm going to be using. You're in America. Right, then I can't recommend anywhere to get the paint from, unfortunately. If you're in the UK, I could give you somewhere to get it from. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh, that was it. Protection on the paint. Because the car's soaking wet, I'm limited in choice. So some protection you can put on when the car is soaking wet. I mean, you can't. So based on that, I'm going to be using. It is called Car Pro Elixir, and I can use it both wet and dry. So where is it? Bear with me a second, people. This is Car Pro Elixir. So I've got a few chemicals there and took me a while to find it. So these are just a few of the chemicals that I like to have on hand. All I'm going to use is a Fallen Angel microfiber, not this one because it's dirty. Don't know what's on that one. Here we go. There's another fresh microfiber from Fallen Angel. And all I'm going to do is spray. No, I'm not going to use that one. What am I doing? I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use a drying towel. And the drying towel that I've used already today is soaking wet, so it might not be the best one, but this is a Fallen Angel drying towel. It's absolutely ginormous for a drying towel, but it's already soaking wet because I've done two cars with it. So let's see how it holds up. Any spare ones, Mike Jordan? Any spare ones, microfibers for you, Mike? Absolutely, no problem. Right, so about 4 or 5 sprays on there. If this was a dry car, I'd say 3 to 4 on the bonnet, and then about 1 to 2 sprays everywhere else on the car. You don't need to go heavy with it. So if any of you are using these chemicals and you're getting streaks, the reasons are plentiful, but it could well be you're just putting too much chemical on there and you really don't need to. Right, so 2 sprays on there, and that's it. I love those big drying towels. Yeah, they are great. So if any of you are looking for drying towels, what you want to do is look for the twisted loop drying towel, which looks like this. 44 people. Must have been boring you all to tears. Either that or you're getting out or going out and getting ready on a Saturday night. Something that I should be doing. I've been blown out though. My friend said, no, we're not going out tonight. I'm like, thank you very much. Why aren't we going out? I've got the NEC in March. So what do you want? You want something for the NEC in March? Is that right? What are you doing up at the NEC? Is it a weekend thing? No, you're not bored. All right, thank you, Ray. I just I've the most I've had on here is about 280 people. So when I see the numbers under 100, I think, yeah, I'm just not being that entertaining today. But that's okay because this is what I need to get done. If I get the time, I love coming on to the lives and talking to everyone and having a good old chin wag. So this is just a bonus if I get to be here and talk to all of you lovely people. All right, okay. Look at the state of my own car. Look at it. It's supposed to be a really nice blue. It looks absolutely awful right now. I really need to bring my own car in. Oh, look at it. Look how dirty it is. It looks like I've been rally driving in it. Right, okay. And yes, it's an electric Mini for those of you that don't mind that I drive an electric car. Right, I am going to need to go over this again because this is not picking up enough water right now. I'm going to go and get another one of these. Jay, what is your dream car you'd like to have? I've been asked that so often. That unfortunately, for you, I know what it is. It's very easy for me to answer. Porsche 911 Turbo. You could deliver me a pink one, and I wouldn't complain. I absolutely love that car. And I was lucky enough that a client stroke friend of mine had a Porsche 911 Turbo. It was white with red leather, which I would never normally like red leather. Another great big drying towel. This one's from Jewel. And he let me have it for 3 days and I loved it. I loved it before I drove it, but absolutely loved it. But what cars do you guys like? It's an odd system. You get was it smaller bottles of different colours, a different paint. It's thicker if it has special light reflective additives. It uses deep scratches or rock chips. It sounds like we've got someone here that knows their paint, which is always helpful. So I don't know everything, but some people know paint better than I do. Right, okay, 2, 3, 4. I'm still using Car Pro Elixir again because the car is wet, so I can use this particular sealant on here and it will do a pretty good job. Obviously, if the car was dry, you're going to get better performance out of this product, but you're still going to do okay with this. Right, okay, it looks like the car's already dry, doesn't it? I know, but she's not. Right, you can use this on the windows except for the windscreen. Please don't put it on the windscreen. The reason is because it's not designed for the windscreen, it will probably ghost, which means when the wiper goes over the windscreen, it will have like a sheen. And that is the last thing you want when you're driving, is to have any kind of distraction from helping you look at where you're going to. All right. This car is very nearly done. The owner has said to stay on the live. If are you on your way, Tony? Cadillac CT5 V Blackwing American. I love American cars, but I don't know what that is. I've never heard of a CT5. You can you add paint on a shop towel and wipe off or dab over the scratch, let it dry. If it's too deep, yeah, okay, got you. The paint is dry to the touch in 3 minutes. Yeah, some of them dry exceptionally fast. What I would say is work with some gloves. And for the people that are going to do it themselves, try not to apply it too thick because if you apply it too thick, the chances of you getting it off are slim. So if you just keep layering it up really, really thinly, then you'll be absolutely fine. But as soon as you apply too much, just have a think, how are you going to get it off? And gold, except with the black gold paintwork, that's something you don't see very often, or at least I don't anyway. This car is looking much, much better. Right, there's something that I haven't mentioned in this entire day on a live. I am not going to dry this car fully, and there is a reason. I'm not being lazy, I promise you. The water that I'm using is filtered. So it's gone through a reverse osmosis system, which is boring. But what it means is it's been filtered 4 times to remove the minerals. And it's the minerals that leave water spots. Oh, there's a microfiber from a cheap car wash. Tony, what are you doing to me? And yeah, because it's been through that process, I can leave this car soaking wet and have absolutely no risk of water spots, which is lovely. Look how good she's looking. Look how good this car looks now. I haven't shown you. Look how shiny that is. Look at the reflection on it. And I've not even done any machine polishing or even the clay bar. So that's what a good clean can make it look like, which is what it's supposed to look like. So if you haven't already subscribed, the owner of this is going to be here soon, and I will need to go. So I hope you don't mind. And I'm thinking about coming in tomorrow. But if I come in tomorrow, it's just going to do my own car for a couple of hours. Do I really need to? Nope. But I want to get those watch hours up, and I want to entertain you. So maybe I'll pop in the morning and do my own car. Undecided. Use a shade darker than the paint of the vehicle. What? How do you know so much about paint, Alexander? That's useful information. What I actually tell people to do, because I'm not a paint expert like you clearly are, you clearly know your stuff. I tell people to go to a website called paintgear.co.uk. I guess obviously it's in the UK only. And they take your number plate or you put it into the system and they will send you some paint. Costs about 15 quid delivered. And it's a colour match. Here we go. Right, so this rear window does have something on it, and I'm going to try and machine polish it off, but I'm not going to do that live. I'm going to wait until the client gets here. The client being a good friend. Okay, I think we're done here. I think we're done. You definitely come in tomorrow if you can. I mean, if you have a look at the state of my car, I do need to come in tomorrow. Look at it, it's awful. I haven't done it in I mean, put it this way, I don't know the last time I did it. If you know that, if you can remember when you last saw me doing my own car, that was the last time, because otherwise I just don't do it. Yeah, if I can come in tomorrow, if I can be bothered, then I will. But I've been working 7 days a week for about the past month, so a day off is tempting. But then again, so is being on here and talking to you guys for a little bit of fun. Right, okay. I'd say at least a couple of weeks. Do you know, I don't even think I've done it this year. Have I done it this year? I can't remember. So what I'm going to do is let's have a chit chat, I guess. Wait until this guy gets here because I am going to go shortly, but I'm happy to stay around if you want me to. Also, how do you guys feel that if I was to just, if I had a car in here, because I had two cars in earlier, wow, that light is bright. See exactly what I look like. If I was to leave the camera there and just work and do the car, bearing in mind I'm going to be in the car, I'm going to be round the other side, I'm not going to be talking to the camera. Do you guys think that that would be good or crap? If you tell me it's crap, which I personally think it would be, then I won't do that style of live. But if you think you would like it, just for me to leave it in the background and you can watch whenever you want, then brilliant. But what here's my fear: there seems to be a lot of not particularly great live content providers out there. And I don't want to become one of them. Someone might actually be interested in what I do, but because they look at that live, they go, yeah, no, he's not actually talking to anyone. That makes it bad. And then I'm never going to win that person back. So for those of you that know me, maybe you'll like it. Don't know. Anyway, let's have a look. We told you before, try it and see if it works. You'd want, yeah, I will try it. I will. Let your creative brain lead the way. Yeah, I've got so many ideas going on in my head. It's absolutely driving me nuts. Right, I want to get rid of some of this water. Bear with me a second. For any of you that have seen the wheel cleaning videos, this is kind of what I'm doing after I clean the wheels, just getting rid of the water back there. Right, I guess it's a little bit of a test now to see if anyone actually likes me just working in the background. But at the minute, there's not a lot for you to really watch. All right. I'm still thinking if I'll come in tomorrow. I don't know. I'm also thinking I'm going to go and spend the day in London, quite literally on my own, because I'm going down to Southampton on Sunday night, just for the one night. So I'll be in London. This actually isn't far away. Right. So when is this guy going to get here? Tony, are you still watching this, Tony? Are you on your way? You might like the car that Tony turns up in. I think that's the only reason I'm here right now, because you might like the car that he turns up in. It's not flat, it's just a nice car. And Mark, you're still here, if you're still here. If you remember the van, that's who Tony is. Right, I'm doing electrical repair on wires for a clip-in plug for the driver window switch. That's what you're doing now for a Mercedes. When it comes down to the electrics, I am useless. I'll leave that up to the people that know their stuff, like you. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. It's never been something that I'm good at. You know, like sometimes people say, stay in your lane. Yeah, I'm staying out of the lane of electronics. Can't do it, won't do it. So it looks so much nicer in here. You are here. All right, cool. Yeah. So Mark, if you I've got this wrapped around the buckets. Sorry, people, you won't see me for a few seconds, but here we go. I'm coming back. So yeah, if you remember the van with all of those lights, then that's who Tony is, and that's if you do the other car. But he's coming down in something else in a minute, which I like the car. And I'm assuming because he's not replying on here, he's probably on his way. He'll even be at the door waiting to come in. I What's that? Asked Tony if he'd sell me a van for 4 grand. Do you know, I did say to him that someone's interested, and he won't. I conquer a land, get bored, and take on another. Hey, I like that. I kind of do similar things. Do I have merch? Oh, thank you for that. I don't actually have merch. It's something that I've toyed with, but I don't have it. But I appreciate you even asking. But I don't have any. Watch this space though, because I am going to start to do some additional things. I don't know exactly what I want it to be yet, but I'm thinking of a subscription service, but actually properly, like having a service, like actually helping people and doing something, not just taking money for taking money's sake. That's not what I'm about. I want to provide an actual service and help people. But I appreciate that you've asked that. So this is me just cleaning my pad. This is the easiest way to do it. Now I'm just going to let them drip dry. Give me a link to that big towel. Alexander, the towels that I've used are both UK companies. The first one is Fallen Angel. That's the black towel. So that's Fallen Angel. What actually is the website? I'm trying to see it right here. I mean, this is the brand. Let me show you. Oh, 1 second. I swear I can listen to you talk all day. Thank you so much. I didn't realize you were still here. Thank you. And thank you for the, is it a super chat? Can I like that as well? I can like it and I can love it. So thank you very much for that. This is where my microfibers come from. So you can see there, Fallen Angel. No, Devil in the Details, but it's for, why has he put his Devil's in the Details? That's not his website. Are you in here, Dave? I'll message you later about the teaching thing. Thank you. I'm more than happy to talk about that all day long. But basically, it's Fallen Angel Microfibers is where the towel came from. That's the black one. The green one, which is the green, that one is from Duel, Duel, I might add. Midwest, what are you up to right now, Midwest M150? And we'll have a merch idea, black or green. You have a merch idea, black or green. The black one I like because it's a bigger town. It's a smaller company, and I like the guy. I like both the guys that own both the companies. But Fallen Angel is a smaller company. I feel like I'd rather support the smaller business right now. And like I say, it's a much bigger town, but does the exact same job. Way, hey, how you doing, Ray? I'm looking at it in the mirror. What are you looking at in the mirror? I've missed it. What are you looking at in the mirror? Thank you, Midwest, for your. Yeah, no, absolutely. Massive. Thank you for Midwest. And Midwest, why don't you drop a name of your channel on here? Because I'd like for everyone to come and see your channel. I, for one, would like to see it. So let me know exactly what it is, and let me subscribe to it. Tony, whereabouts are you, Tony? You know what? I'm going to carry on tinkering until he gets here. Hopefully, he's going to like this work. This, again, microfiber from Fallen Angel. All I'm going to do is the door shuts with it. It's one of those areas where people miss it. In fact, that's something I'm going to do a video on. Like the top 5 things you shouldn't miss. Here's one of them, doing the door shuts. It's one of those things that you open up the door after you've cleaned the entire car and you look at the door shuts and you think, it's dirty. Don't miss it. Very quick and easy to do. And if you keep on top of it, it's never actually that bad. And this one actually isn't bad. Brilliant. Uh, Gauge cluster, as in what's the gauge cluster? Sorry, did I ask a question? I don't know what it is. Right, okay. Little bits of dirt. You've got to go. You've got to get out. I need to do the windows as well. Mist, the gauge cluster, as in on the inside the gauges. People do miss that. I do that normally when I am doing the windows because I find that that particular chemical doesn't leave any kind of haze behind. So yeah, that is another place. There's another thing that people miss. Jeez. Oh, let me stop what I'm doing. On my way to get some baguettes. I'd love some baguettes. We should live together sometimes. My subscribers would get a kick out of detailing. Channel is mid. I'm going to screen grab that. So thank you. The channel is Midwest F-150. Thank you so much for that. I definitely want to subscribe to it when I get home later and have a watch of all of your stuff. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate everything on there massively. Thank you, Midwest. And yeah, let's do a live together. I like doing that. What was I going to say? It's actually thrown me seeing that now. I'm still getting used to these great big Tiffany coloured things on here. You're right. The other place that people miss, and hello, Jesus, Jesus or Jesus, I don't know. But up here, just above the number plate, people often don't clean there, which is where the camera is. So the camera's just here on this car, but clean under there. That's another place that people miss. But yeah, door shuts. Got to go now for real. Right, okay. Midwest, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. And I'm sure I will be talking to you again very soon. Have a wonderful day. This might sound crazy. I use newspaper on the windows. It leaves no streaks. It doesn't sound crazy. It's an old school way of doing things. It's not something that I do, but it is an old school thing. But I do have one challenge for you. How many times have you read a newspaper and you've got the ink on your hands? So the one thing I can't understand is how the transfer doesn't end up on the windows. And I have absolutely no idea, but a lot of people do that because it's so flat. Do you know what I use is a couple of different microfibers. You're here, right? Tony's here. So now I'm going to let Tony in, and let's see, let's see what car he's got. Right, okay, that gate's going to open any second. Feet are soaking wet. They shouldn't be because these boots are waterproof. Clearly, they're not. Right, okay, let's bring him in. Right, you're about to meet the owner of the car. Can you walk through your decontamination process ready for coating and polishing? Henry, yes. Right, so let's assume you know up to cleaning the car. Who is he? Tony, you're not there. I've opened the door, Tony's not there. Tony's just pulling in. Right, okay, so I've actually just done it, Henry, unfortunately. So after you've cleaned the car, you use a fallout remover, which will remove the baked in brake dust. So you literally just spray it on and wait 5 minutes, pressure wash it off. Then I use the tar and glue remover, spray it on, wait a few minutes, get a microfiber, much like this one, gently rub that off. Then you clay bar the car, and that is the process done. Who likes Tony's other car? Look at the number plate. That thing is nuts. Right, is the gate closing? The gate is closing. So, does Tony want to be live? Hopefully that helps, Henry. If you want a little bit more information, Henry, send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, etc. You still want to be on the live?
Hi everyone.
This is Tony that I keep talking
Best man
to.
car wash in town.
Thank you. You're more than welcome to take a look around. I haven't done anything with the back window yet.
That's all right.
But, do you want to have a look through it?
Yeah.
Go,
That
yeah.
is bad,
Bad?
That's just, no, that's, I don't know if that's just the paintwork.
What do you mean? No, that's supposed to be grey.
Is it?
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't know that it was supposed to be grey.
That's what I said to Craig.
Didn't know that that part was great. Do you live in rough neighbourhood that you have to shut the gates? This is a massive plot of land and there's a lot of toys. So people like to protect the toys. Do we live in a rough neighbourhood? No. Some of the most expensive homes in this country have massive gates on them. Yeah. Do you know, from that angle, the car looks absolutely fantastic. I'm going to cut the live off, I think, so we can go through the car together. But thank you, everyone, for being here, all 51 of you, and the 29 likes. This is the owner. This is Tony. And if you haven't already seen his van, what is your TikTok?
Just Tony Dark.
Tony, but when I look for Tony Dark, I can't find it. You need to go and see this guy's van. You've never seen so many lights on a vehicle in your life. You don't remember what your TikTok name is? It's Mark, you will have seen this one before. So if you look on TikTok for it's 25, they won't be able to see it, I don't think, because of reflection. Is it 20? They can't see it. Oh no, hang on, I can't see it from here. Yeah, have a look at that van. You've never seen so many. Mark loves the van. Mark's offered you £4,000 for it. That's the van. Should have come with a warning for all the bright lights. You've been offered £4,000.
More than that.
More than that, he said. Just a little bit more, Mark. But look, I love every single one of you. I am going to go because chap's picking up the car. We're going to have a little chit chat. See if there's any other little bits. The what?
Show me your favourite car if you want.
Favourite car?
Said you like
£8,000. Oh, someone's offered you £8,000 and ship it to Chicago. This is the other one that I like, the Porsche, and that thing sounds unbelievable. It's a hybrid that does not sound like a hybrid. When that engine kicks in, what do you think of the number plate, everyone? Though? Anyway, I am going this time. So thank you very much. I might be back tomorrow, might not, I haven't decided, but I love you all. See you soon. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll talk to you later. I love Audis, but they can be quite a headache when they break down. Is that true?
Probably.
Yeah, this one hasn't broke down, so he's done all right. No, thank you, Mark. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers and goodbye.